While a new Ford F-450 struggles with a 15-ton load, surplus military recovery vehicles can handle 70 tons without breaking a sweat. And here's the kicker: they often cost a lot less. Today's video shows the step-by-step process of finding, buying, and legally driving these powerful recovery trucks on public roads. There is an entire arc of tactical trucks used by the US military. When the military heads out to the field, they carry all their equipment. All must be cleared out regardless of whether it's an armored unit, mechanized infantry, or a combat aviation brigade. Staff, fuel, ammunition, components, and all other items. What happens though when the army trucks get stuck, or even worse, what happens when a tactical vehicle is damaged but not completely destroyed? This clearly belongs in the realm of a recovery vehicle. Here's the exciting aspect. When a tactical recovery vehicle of the Army finishes its service, it qualifies for surplus sale. This implies that you may have the opportunity to purchase a surplus Army vehicle, but how come? Recovery vehicles are typically built to retrieve immobilized trucks, tanks, armored vehicles, or anything else that becomes trapped in mud or sand or is partially damaged by explosions. And no, completely destroyed vehicles are typically not retrieved. Given the circumstances in which the military functions, these vehicles need to be robust. Honestly, quite robust. But how robust? Well, an M1 Abrams main battle tank has a weight ranging from 60 to 74 short tons, depending on the specific model. A recovery vehicle must be able to access challenging terrains around the world with a trailer and load a stranded tank onto it. Next, it needs to leave that place and head to a depot for repairs. If it was deployed to the field, it returns to the garrison for maintenance and inventory. They will recover whatever and everything. Every tank, every vehicle, every MRAP, all of it. So how do they retrieve vehicles in various conditions of damage? Well, these recovery vehicles are essentially equipped with 2 or 3 large rear-mounted winches. For example, the large Oshkosh M1070 features 2 winches that each weigh 55,000 pounds. These are utilized for loading parked vehicles onto the trailer. Currently, the M1070 is engineered to carry the M1 main battle tank with the M1000 trailer. However, that doesn't imply it can't or hasn't been used for many other purposes. The M1070 is an 8x8 vehicle featuring 8 individual tires, 2 for each axle, rather than the conventional singles at the front and duals at the back. The exact 2 ratings aren't clear, but they surpass 70 tons as the latest version of the M1 is reaching 75 tons. M1070s are a favored option for those involved in off-road recovery work. Several heavy wrecking companies have acquired surplus M1070s for off-road towing and recovery purposes. Similarly, the logging industry has adapted, and even an electrical cooperative utilizes these, along with numerous other surplus military trucks, to transport equipment and reels of electrical wire to their tougher work locations. Finding military recovery vehicles takes patience and knowing where to look. While Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist often show plenty of M35s, M939s, and LMTVs, the real treasure trove is GovPlanet. They've got the official contract with the Defense Logistics Agency, or DLA, making them the go-to source for serious buyers. Think of GovPlanet as a giant military yard sale. You'll find everything from aircraft parts to old uniforms and, yes, plenty of heavy machinery. Humvees, HEMMTs, and LMTVs regularly roll through their auctions. But here's the catch: landing exactly what you want takes time. There's no set schedule for when specific vehicles pop up, and prices swing with the bidding crowds. Smart shoppers create an account and study the past sales prices. This gives them a solid idea of what they might need to spend when their dream vehicle finally appears. It's a bit like fishing. You've got to be patient and ready when the right one comes along. Keep in mind, while other military trucks show up frequently on regular sales sites, these specialized recovery vehicles are harder to find. But for those willing to wait and watch GovPlanet's auctions, the right opportunity eventually comes along. These retired military vehicles follow some pretty interesting paths once their service time is up. Most often, you'll see the basic cargo trucks since they were the military's go-to for just about everything. Now, if you're hunting for something special like a wrecker, refueler, or those neat box van trucks, you'll need more patience. They're out there, just harder to track down. But hey, for someone handy with tools, turning a regular cargo truck into a wrecker with some winches and a flatbed isn't too tall an order. The whole process works through this big master list where the military keeps tabs on their tactical vehicles, dealing them out to units based on what each group needs. When these trucks hit their time limit, they're pulled from service. Doesn't matter if they've barely moved or still run like new. And get this, the folks making these decisions are number crunchers who probably couldn't tell a socket wrench from a sandwich. They just send out the order and that's that. So what happens next? Well, these vehicles typically end up in one of three places. Some get shipped off to foreign militaries. Others find new life with civilian agencies. You might see them fighting fires with the Forest Service or helping out at your local fire department. The rest, well, they head straight to civilian surplus sales. Even some of the vehicles that used to carry weapon systems make it to market. Of course, they're stripped of all the military gadgets first, but you might find trucks that once supported Patriot missiles or HIMARS systems, minus all the classified stuff. Sorry folks, no rocket launchers included no matter how nicely you ask, and we asked pretty nicely. What you can actually get your hands on is often an overbuilt military recovery vehicle with surprisingly low miles. These machines come with detailed maintenance records and are usually in fantastic shape. A typical tow truck or freight truck is usually adequate as is, and any vehicle that was utilized as a weapon platform undergoes complete demilitarization prior to auctioning, ensuring that all sensitive components are taken out. If it cannot be detached for structural reasons, such as a tank turret with a gun, a plug is welded onto the barrel and occasionally the breech is damaged. Certainly, you may want to add a bit more than just that before you begin handling customer calls in your off-road recovery position, or perhaps not. However, aside from this, there are minimal limitations to possessing military surplus. As soon as it arrives at GovPlanet, you can purchase it. No specific make or model comes with guarantees, and since it's an auction, be prepared to compete for any item you're interested in. In general terms, definitely. Particularly the usual vehicles such as Humvees, FMTVs, and even military trailers. Now here's the point, they are not offered with a typical title. In reality, they are not sold with any title whatsoever. Instead, you receive a sales invoice and an SF-97 if you desire it. After 2 decades of dealing with the military, we strongly suggest you invest the money in the SF-97. You desire every document available for any item, as it significantly simplifies the process of becoming street legal, particularly with a surplus military truck. If you purchase via GovPlanet, you can choose an SF-97, but private transactions from Marketplace or Craigslist may not provide one. That's fine, there are still other ways to obtain street legal status even without an SF-97. Most states will help you register these beasts for the street, but California and Colorado play hard to get. If your state's giving you trouble, lots of folks go to the Montana LLC route. It's pretty simple, the truck belongs to your Montana company instead of you personally, opening up easier paths to street legal status. Either way, whether you tackle the paperwork yourself or get help from the pros, there's usually a way to get your military workhorse rolling legally on public roads. Just remember, proper registration isn't optional. It's your ticket to driving this piece of history anywhere you want to go. Military surplus recovery vehicles prove their worth. These powerful trucks outperform modern rigs at a fraction of the price. Born on battlefields and tested in the harshest conditions, they bring unmatched capability to civilian work. With patience and know-how, the keys to these heavy-duty titans can be yours, and you should know beyond raw power, they offer a level of reliability that modern trucks struggle to match. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos on unique trucks, military surplus gems, and how to make them street legal. Hit that like button if you want to see one of these beasts in action next week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.